podcast. The podcast that's not a podcast. This is just our bonus content for you, the members of the Punk Hardcore Crossover Crib Facebook group. Follow Too Punk to Be a Podcast on Twitter and subscribe on YouTube. Audio versions can be heard on Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Podcast Addict, Google Podcasts, and now on iHeartRadio. On to the show.
Oops. All right. Well, we're on. Here we are. And so today we're gonna do.
Are we?
Yeah, so far. Today we're gonna do Women of Punk, our top 10 favorite, I guess you could say, Women of Punk. So that's what we're gonna do. Before we get there, I guess we should say an R.I.P. to Sinead O'Connor. That's pretty crazy, right? Hopefully, it's not...
yes, it's
rest in peace. Yeah,
correct.
Rest in peace to Sinead, for sure.
How timely this episode became all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, but you know.
Yeah, I won't speculate on anything that may have happened or not, but hopefully it wasn't too bad for her. She's been through enough for sure.
She's been going through some things prior to her passing, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Quite the legend. Quite the legend, no matter what. And
for sure. For sure.
So there you go. All right. Well, we got a big list to get through from all of us. So let's do that. Who wants to go first, man? Nick, I think you said you needed to go first, Nick.
It's please because
yes,
I done fucked up and I forgot my glasses with all my notes and I can't read my shit. So I'm just gonna give some bullshit. My very first one is it's gonna be a local band, No Anger Control.
Okay.
Tiff Badger is such a badass fucking performer. She performs with such she scares you from off the stage. You can look them up on Spotify. They do have some shit there. And I mean, wow, she moves around the stage and it's just you can look them up on YouTube so you can see what some of the shit that she fucking does. It's like wow. And I do have to apologize. It's my notes were printed down a little smaller than I could read right now without my glasses, so I have to go off the top of my head.
Oh, it's all right, man.
It's all good, man. All good. I have notes I can't read all the time.
There you go.
It makes three of us. It makes three of us.
So the second one I want to say is the Baggers. Alice Baggers. Wow, she was one of the first people to do the punk rock scene in fucking LA and the Hispanic fucking thing. And she's moved on after music for that. You know, she started getting into other social medias, like that's movies and whatnot. Like I said, I'm just gonna kind of fucking blow through these things real quick. The Avengers.
Oh,
okay. Yes. She was such a badass. I mean, and the band fucking did that before Operation Ivy fucking did that. Like, they put out their fucking album like 3 years after the fucking band fucking broke out. Yeah. Fourth person, not actually a musician, but their name is Bunny Houston. She actually started the fucking, or she had this zine, and she came up with the term Riot Girl.
Really?
Yes, sir.
I have conflicting notes on that.
Okay. Like I said, I don't have all my notes on me, so I can't argue with you right now.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
have
okay.
that. That's a fun fact. You learn something new every day. Kenny took that personally with the riot.
No, not at all, not at all. I was like, oh, that's weird.
I did not know that actually. Good to know where it comes from.
Who you said, Nick?
Bunny
I'm sorry?
Houston.
Who did you say that was?
Bunny Houston.
Well, it's Wikipedia, so it's probably bullshit on my end. My end says that Toby Vale.
Oh, it totally was.
Toby Vale of Bikini Kill came up with that.
No, I think it was around a little before that. I would imagine.
Well, I mean, it's from what I do remember, they did work together, and all right, so yeah, I'll give it 50-50.
Yeah.
You know, let's be fair.
It's Wikipedia. Like I said, my notes are probably bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
So yeah, I'm going through this because I can't read my fucking notes. So the next band I'm going to talk about is the Slits.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, fuck.
There goes my pick. No, it's all right.
No, keep the notes.
Jose,
we'll go over that.
Keep it.
Jose.
Keep it.
Jose, you could still talk about them.
We'll expand on that for sure.
We'll expand on that later. Yeah.
And
more on
then
that.
Shit, I can't even read my own handwriting right now. Well, I'm gonna skip that one, and I'll just
no. Come on,
okay.
no. Do it. Do it.
Can't read it, you can.
Yeah, no, I might have had a drink or two, so I can't read my own handwriting.
It's all right.
So, okay, this one might be a little bit controversial because they're more of a hard rock band instead of punk, but they had a couple punk songs. I'm calling the Donnas.
Oh, sure.
The Donnas, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I mean they're such an awesome band. I actually know a couple people who have worked with them, and yeah, it's nothing but great things. It's such a great band. My last two are gonna be the Muffs.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Good pick.
And because I don't have notes, I can't go any further into it. And then, all right, so my very last one is going to be the Raincoats.
Okay.
Beautiful pick.
You know who they are?
Yeah. What's her name? Viv Albertine was in that band after the Slits, wasn't she? I'll get into that later, but yeah.
Well, the only reason I know them is because Kurt Cobain was looking for a record in some record store in Seattle, and there was like some sort of Marriott dots or Marriott dolls.
Yeah.
And it was kind of creepy, and he actually found the record he was looking for.
It's a good album.
Like 450 of them made.
Yeah, I had the CD of that. It's a great album.
But
First Raincoats.
Yeah. So those were my quick 10. I'm sorry, I forgot my glasses at work and can't read my notes.
No, it's okay. You hit me with a left hook shot with the Avengers. That was not on my list, but I should have thought of that because I'm a fan of that band. So great picks.
Seriously, everybody should sit there and listen to fucking No Anger Control, or look them up on fucking YouTube, because Tiff Tantrum, Jesus fuck, is her show fucking nuts. So she sits there and fucking scares the fuck out of you.
Mm-hmm.
She will sit there and just get in your fucking face and look like she's gonna fucking punch you like some Gigi Allen shit.
Oh yeah. Except she won't shit on you. I wouldn't think.
Well, no. She ain't about that, but no, I mean, she's gonna scare the fuck out of you. She's gonna take you to the edge.
Oh yeah. She can hang.
Oh, okay. You know, I was told not to do it, but I'm still gonna do it.
Do it,
The
man.
singer in my last band, Elle Lane. Yes, she was pretty badass too.
Gotta throw her in there, man.
So, you know, the band's not working anymore, but I have to give respect to her.
Hey, put her on the list, man. Put her on the list.
Oh, she's on the list now.
For sure.
All right, so I'm done. Who wants to go up next?
I'll let Kenny go first.
Oh, that's a tough act to follow.
You want to go
Right.
back and forth, Kenny, or you want to run through your 10?
We can go back and forth, make it interesting, and everybody
Okay.
can jump in as they feel free.
Gotcha.
My first one is Tori Amos. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's not
Yeah.
just kidding. I'm just pro-barring for Tori Amos in anything I can.
Hey,
Just
Tori
joking.
Amos is great, though. Tori Amos is great. Tori Amos is great.
I'm just
I like
trolling
Tori
y'all.
Amos.
Just trolling y'all. Okay, no, actually, my first pick is the Babes in Toyland, Fontanelle, and everything else they've ever put out, but especially this album.
Fuck yes.
Man, first saw them on Beavis and Butthead when I was little. My brother bought the cassette as soon as he could. Fronted by Cat Belland. I'm going with that because I don't know how to pronounce it, and I did look up how to pronounce that.
Cat
Drummer
Belland,
is Lori Barbero. The bassist is Michelle Leon. Later, Maureen Herman, and she ends up being why they break up, but that's okay. Both they were really early on in the Riot Girl stuff, and hell, they were really early in like grunge too, for what that's worth. And they were early on Sub Pop and stuff in 1987 and
Nice.
into 1989. They're really at the beginning of all that sound and stuff, man. So
Okay, quick
what a
question
chaotic ass
for everybody.
album. What's up?
Yes, sir.
What is the first video that you remember from Beavis and Butthead?
The one I vaguely remember was The Philosopher by Death, I think. That was the first one.
Okay.
The Philosopher by Death.
Man, boy, if not Babes in Toyland being one of my first favorites for sure that stuck out. I remember seeing Crowbar on there, and then being from where I'm from, fucking just blew me up, man. When the Crowbar was on Beavis and Butthead, I was so excited because they had Existence as Punishment on there, and I was like, yes.
A great tune.
Mine was Guar's Sick of You.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, really?
I was just like, yes.
That's awesome.
I was like, what the fuck is this? I mean, I'm sorry, this is supposed to be a fucking punk.
Hey, no, do it.
But
That's fine.
it's fucking Guar.
Guar is punk as shit.
Guar is absolutely punk as fuck. The first album was, and they'll always be, punk royalty and everything else.
I've always said that's the best show. The best live show I've ever seen live was Guar in their 2006 tour.
Oh, and shout out to the female member of Guar, whose name has completely escaped me at this moment.
I forget the name, but yeah.
Hold on.
Because she deserves to be mentioned. I can't believe none of us got that on our list.
No, it wasn't on my list.
What
I
a fail.
Forgot. But yeah, shout out to Guar, man.
I thought we were talking about punk, not metal, when we came up with this
first
idea.
album was total punk rock, man. They started out as a punk rock band. They just crossed over later.
They still kept a lot of that in the 90s. You know?
I live in North Carolina, like Durham, North Carolina. It's Raleigh, Richmond, where they're from. It's like a 2.5 hour drive from here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! And so it's not that far away. Semenstra is her name.
Semenstra,
God, yep. Shout out
she was the fire eater.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She deserves a mention here today.
But then you had the other person or the other female who was sitting there shooting fire out of her fucking nipples. Like later on. And they did not have a good relationship.
Not at all.
But anyways, we can have a Guar relation or a Guar talk later. Let's get back into this.
Nick, I got damn it. Jose, it's your turn.
Did you not finish with the Babes in Toyland or no?
I think we're pretty much there.
You sure?
Yeah, these first couple of picks are the reason why I do this kind of stuff at all. Just to get, if anybody ever, if one person finds this, yay, please go find the Babes in Toyland. This album fucking crushes. It's absolutely hilarious. It's amazing.
On the CD.
It's complete chaos. It's so
Yeah, it's great
badass,
though.
and it's
Great.
just so good, man. So good.
Great.
It's
I definitely need a shirt now that you mention it. So yeah. My first pick. All right, my first pick. I gotta get this out the way. One of my favorite singers in general. One of my favorite bands from this era. Most successful all-female band in history. The fucking Go-Go's. Belinda Carlisle, Jane Wiedlin, Charlotte Cathy Valentine, and Gina Shock. Fantastic. I mean, little fun fact, Belinda Carlisle, like I said, one of my favorite singers ever. She was the original drummer for the Germs. A lot of people don't know that. She used to go
No
as Dahlia
shit, really?
Danger. Yeah, she was the original drummer of the Germs. Her and Pat Smear were in the same band. Shout out to Pat Smear as well, man. Fucking legend.
That's up.
Yeah, she was recruited by Lorna Doom. Rest in peace to Lorna Doom as well. She's not on my list, but she was in my honorable mentions. And I found this interesting. I read that the original name for the Go-Go's was the Misfits, but obviously they had to change that because we don't know why. There can only be one Misfits. So yeah, that's my first pick. I mean, 4 albums total. They, I consider them. I put this in quotations, the runaways of the '80s, because even though I wasn't around back then, but I would imagine they ruled the fucking '80s. The early '80s, I should say, early to mid '80s.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what the Runaways were to the '70s, the Go-Go's were to the '80s. That's how I look at it. So that's my number 1 pick, the Go-Go, Belinda Carlisle.
Nice. Anyone else have anything on the Go-Go's? Because I don't. I can't name a song.
Really? Our lips are sealed? We got the beat?
Oh, okay,
Head over heels?
Okay.
Vacation?
Okay.
There's so many, dude.
I wouldn't listen to it on my own, but it's good stuff.
Wait, who was the other band that was very close to them?
That's are you talking about the Bangles, maybe?
The Bangles?
Yes, that's it. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, they were in my honorable mentions, but I had to go with the Go-Go's for obvious reasons.
Yeah, of the two.
They did actually start off punk rock before they went pop.
Oh yeah, Belinda's punk as fuck. That's where her background is in, so she had to be on the list.
And I totally respect that on this list.
She was in the Germs, so that's all the credit she needs,
Yeah.
There were several people that went pop that I was like, I don't know if I want to put on this list.
Yeah.
But that was the one that was like, yeah, you totally get on this list.
Yeah, they more than deserve to be on the list. So that's my number 1. Not in any particular order, but that's my first pick. Kenny, back to you.
Yeah, my idea was to get the important ones up front, and that's the ones that I know no one's ever heard of. I'm trying to get to the weird stuff that no one's ever heard of, because I know audience retention on YouTube is very short. So if I can get anyone's attention at the beginning, I'm gonna. All right, check out this artwork. Check this out.
Fuck yes! There we go.
How fucking great is that? There's this chick drinking a glass of milk. By the way, this album is called "I Enjoy Being a Girl."
Frank.
How fucking legendary is that? Frank, man.
Frank.
So if you give her a chance, I promise she will be your favorite Jewish lesbian folk singer ever. I know it's a vast genre, but I guarantee you she's the best of those.
Oh, for sure.
That's a joke. Okay.
Wow.
Oh man, she's so amazing. Her real name is Susan Gottlieb. She started in the late 70s, early 80s, and she was totally in the LA punk scene. If you remember way back when I used to share the flyers every night,
yep.
I'd share a flyer every night. Dude, she was on so many of those flyers opening up for like Black Flag and the Dead Kennedys and all these like crazy hardcore shows. And here she is like showing up with an acoustic guitar and like just playing these crazy folk songs that are amazing. Her songwriting is so incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
I actually did one of those out here in this area. And yeah, it's nobody really they weren't into it, and I was like the only one who was like, "Yo, this is fucking good."
Yeah.
And looking
Frank is good
around,
shit.
I mean, it's just because she was the first performer. Like the 25 people who were in there, like, why are you not paying attention to this? I mean, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to ask her how that went for her. I would imagine it's something like that. I'm going to reach out and see if I can get an interview just for fun one day because she's still around. She doesn't do much shows anymore. She does art and stuff. So maybe one day we'll see if she'll talk to me. That'd be cool. Jello mentions her a lot. Every time he's telling old stories, Jello's always name dropping her and talking about her, and I know he loves her. I shared "Take Off Your Swastikas" earlier, which is a song she did about punks wearing that shit, and how she was saying like how they were doing it for shock. It's like, man, shit's stupid. Just stop it.
It's
Like
stupid,
this. Yeah. And she has a song on this one called Miriam and Esther, which is about like her grandparents that her two grandmothers that kind of helped raise her, and kind of the only people that accepted her back then. And then it's kind of like about when they were dying and stuff. So it's a real sad song, but amazing songwriting. This is her other one. This is her first album, Folk Singer. Also
I have that one.
fantastic. Yeah.
It's a good one.
Great stuff on all these. Definitely go check her out. Give her a chance. It's weird stuff, man, but it's
No, Frank is good.
Brilliant. And she's such a wonderful person. Her attitude is infectious and it's wonderful. Go check out the Life Lover Live that she did. Yeah. I share that one all the time. That'll make you happy. Nothing will.
I feel like you don't have to be in the mood for Frank. You can just pop that in right now and we can get it going,
Oh yeah, man. She's
That's
just
good
fantastic.
Stuff.
Fantastic. I love her to death. Yeah. And that's the kind of stuff. If I can have a voice to get anyone to check stuff out, man, check that kind of stuff out.
Frank was in my honorable mentions for sure. She was on the list, on my long list, but then I had to narrow it down to 10. So there you go, right?
There you go.
My number 2 pick, this goes to show that punk is a vast genre. Punk has evolved into a lot of things. It's evolved into hardcore. It's evolved into new wave. It's evolved into post-punk, into no wave, into synth pop. And speaking of synth pop, my number 2 pick is, depending where you are, if you're in America, you know him as Yaz. If you're outside of America, you know him as Yazoo.
Oh, yeah.
Alison Moyet and Vince Clarke, formerly of Depeche Mode, on the keyboard. These guys only did 2 albums, Upstairs at Eric's, which is a classic, and You and Me Both, which is good too. They were only around for 2 years, and they broke up. Alison, of course, has gone on to, do more of the alternative pop stuff, and she's had a great solo career after that. And Vince Clarke just kind of went into the limelight a little bit, just disappeared from the limelight, I should say. Best way I can describe them: synth pop meets new wave meets post punk, because very wacky sound. Yazoo had a lot of hits, Don't Go, Only You. I mean, the list goes on and on, but Yazoo is my number 2 pick, or Yaz, whatever you want to call them. Had to be on this list.
Oh no, it's totally Yazoo.
Yeah, Yazoo. That's how I first got into him, is Yazoo. Some people call him Yaz, but Yazoo.
I mean, I dated somebody who fucking loved the fuck out of that band. And I was just like, how the fuck do you know them?
Yeah, not a lot to pick from. 2 albums, like I said, so classic shit. Had to be on the list for sure. Yazoo. That's my number 2.
Totally down with that.
Kenny, back to you. He's like, who the fuck is that?
No, I remember you talking about him a lot and sharing him a bunch. I do remember checking some stuff out. It's pretty cool. I'm trying to see how I want to do this now. Oh man, I'm gonna push one of my picks back a little bit just to bring Nick back in here, and I'm gonna mention a couple of bands. Like I said, I want to get the good stuff up front, and I want to push a couple of bands.
I'm sorry, I fucked up the flow.
No, you're good.
You're good.
I want to do like a 2 for 1 here and bring Nick back in on these 2 bands. We talked about them last night. Shit, probably 3. We'll do them right quick. Because I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna do some of Nick's picks for Nick. How about that? That's what we're gonna do. Right Fucking, I want to bring up Days and Days, man. Because if you haven't checked them out, you absolutely have to. Man, they're from Houston, Texas. They do some folk punk also. While we're on the folk punk stuff, Whitney Flynn, who does vocals and trumpet, which is awesome, just breaks out a trumpet and starts jamming. Totally cool. Megan Michelle does washboard. If that ain't already telling you how weird this stuff gets, but it's awesome, man. I know Nick's a huge fan, so I wanted to bring them up.
I actually met Jeff, who used to be their fucking bass player
Yeah.
or the gut bass player. I know they have a new one now.
Yeah.
Hell, I might paste. What the fuck? I'll put up a picture of both of us at the fucking show.
Nice. Yeah, they're like crusty, kind of anarcho type punk, but it's also folk punk at the same time. They totally are. And it's totally cool as shit. So definitely check them out. Nick said he'd have him on his list, but didn't. So I'm gonna bring him up here because you have to have him. Is Amel and the Sniffers for Amy Taylor from Amel and the Sniffers. They crush.
Nope. Go for those.
One of the huh?
Yeah, no, let's do them.
No, yeah. Oh man, Australian punk, and they kill, dude. One of my favorite new bands. Their energy's unrelenting, man. Greatness.
You had me on Australian punk rock.
Oh, dude, Amel and the Sniffers, man. I've been posting them a lot. Well, it's been a while, but I posted them a lot when Nick showed them to me. And the last one,
they're from Australia?
Huh? Yeah,
they're from Australia.
Yeah,
shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They totally are. That's what got me into Australian punk after that. I need to dig more into what's out there, and I did. I found a bunch of cool stuff. Which hopefully I'm gonna drop in here too. Legendary Adam has joined the page too. So Adam Marshall's joined in. He's from Australia, and I'm gonna try to have him on here. We're gonna talk some Australian music and stuff. That'd be super cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So
yeah, he commented on I think one of my on the things, right? I think it was.
Yeah, he's picking up some old stuff and stuff. Yeah, he's a great dude. He's an old rock and metal combat veteran and all that.
Yeah, so I've known him from the page.
So he's a great dude. He joined and stuff. I'm gonna have him on here. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it's gonna happen for sure.
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
And one more for me and Nick.
Let's do it.
Is Tsunami Bomb. So we got to mention Tsunami Bomb, man. They're 1998.
I checked them out recently. Good.
I hope that's on the camera, man. From 1998 to now, great Cali punk band. Boy, they're awesome, unique band. Obliette Sparks and Kate Jacoby. There's a couple. Kristen McRory. God, I can't read my notes either, Nick. But they're from 1998 to now. I got into them because
Agent
of the Dollar
M.
I got an
Agent M.
Yeah, Agent M. There you go. Right.
Yo, that's the fucking OG motherfucker right there. I mean, it's Jesus fuck. I know they've gone through a lot of band changes, but Jesus Christ, she was so fucking great.
Yeah.
I mean, killed it.
I got into them because of the Alternative Tentacles dollar CD sale. I just grabbed a bunch of stuff, and I got a couple of their albums from it, man, for $1. And man, totally made me a fan. They are killer. So definitely check out Tsunami Bomb also if you can. They're still going.
Yeah. I checked them out recently, like I said. Really good shit. Definitely not like any Cali punk I've ever heard. Definitely not like any other Cali punk band I've heard. Very different.
Rapid fire a bunch of them right there. So there you go.
Right on.
Go ahead, Jose.
That was your 3, 4, and 5 then?
No, it's just some I'm shoving in there.
Oh, just rapid fire shoving in there.
Just crowbarring those in the beginning while somebody might still be paying attention to this.
We're number 3. Number 3. My number 3 is the Pretenders, man. Chrissy Hind. I mean, yeah. If you're on the page, you know my love for Chrissy Hind. The first of her kind. She's got a punk background. And I think she was recruited because I guess the band went to go see her live. She was playing with some local band at the time, punk band, before the Pretenders even started. And they started playing guitar. And the other guys, James Honeyman Scott and Pete Farndon, who have since passed away, the original bass and guitar player of the band. They've since passed on, but I guess they recruited her for the band because they were looking for a singer to start a new band, and she popped up. And yeah, Chrissy Hine, I mean, the Pretenders, Breath in Pocket, I mean, Back on the Chain Gang, I mean, hits for fucking days, you know, Kid, Phone Call, Stop Your Sobbing, which is a cover of the Kinks. What else can I say? It's the Pretenders. Everyone knows who they are. That's my number 3 pick.
No, it's Pretenders are badass. They're so underrated.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they're just one of those bands that, it's like, I'm gonna compare them to the Bags. It's like, yo, y'all didn't fucking know at the time.
Yeah. She has a unique voice, so there's a very unique voice. Which is cool, She's such a cool, unique voice, I feel. Penny's like, oh, get with this new age